Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. We are from Group Awesome. We'd like to present a social business, which is an FKP's rental books. So as you can see here, the problem that the student occurs is like, first of all, the expensive of books in engineering. For the books, as example, statics and dynamics, it costs like 100 ringgit in UMP itself. But in the bookstore, it'll be like 150 ringgit. So the next is the short times of usage. They will always use that book, the certain book, only in one semester, which is quite short time, so they will sell to the juniors. But still, the price for the selling is too high, which is like 60 to 80 ringgits. The next is if they borrow it from the library, it will cost a limited time, like 2 weeks per book. And if someone requests the book, then the student need to send back the book that they borrow. As you can see here, in high school, they will provide you the textbooks and you have to keep it good and you can send it back. But in the college, the lecturer will list up all the books that you need to buy, and for sure you need to buy the books because the lecturers is demanding it. Our objective is to provide a platform to make the books accessible and help the students to reduce their money usage. The next is to establish a social business with a rental service efficiently and sustainable. This is because we recycle the books from the seniors for the juniors to use it back. So the SDGs that we are using is the number 12, which is responsible consumption, where first of all you need to rethink back. Do you really need to buy this book? And you have to refuse to photocopy books because first of all you will photocopy the author book, and the next is you will waste papers and ink by photocopy them. And usually the photocopy books will be like smaller than the usual books, so it will be like less qualities with a small margin and small fonts of letters. And the next is you can save money to reduce it. Next, repair the damage from the senior's book. If you can still use it for the reuse. And the recycle, if you can't really use that book, you really need to recycle the book, not to throw away the book. The next is the sustainable number 10 and 4th goals. First of all, it reduces inequalities, which is the poor and the rich people. For the rich people, to buy the books, it's like easy for them. For the poor people, they need to have like the second-hand book, or even need to borrow from the library, which I say just now, the limited times like 2 weeks, or if someone requests the books, then they need to submit it back. And excellent and poor student. Excellent student, usually they have their own books to refer to, but the poor student will always like giving up, no motivational, because they don't have the books and they can't do the exercise, even though the lecturer gives the slides on the class, but it's still not enough for them to make some more exercise. And next is the e-books and the books. Usually the student nowadays, they like to use the e-books, but some of the students which have a low understanding, they need it, the books. Like myself, I really need the books to revise my revision and so on. But some of them, they have tabs. So tabs is like you can just scratch on that text, right? So for me, quality education is the point here I'm talking about. And the next is for the borrowing versus renting. For our service, renting, you will rent it around 1 semester without any disturbance. But for the borrowed, you just need to send it back by 2 weeks upon. The next is the funding that we need. First of all, of course, the textbook. First of all, we need a textbook, 12 of the subject that I've selected in FKPs, and each of them will have like 20 books. So total is like 240 books. So times by 100, if you buy it from the FOAM. FOAM is the FKP's where it supplies the books for the student before this. But it's too pricey, right? So for the startup, we really need the book first. And the next is the rent of the place that we are going to rent in FKPs. For example, like one month is like 300. For per semester, 5 months. So times by that, we got 1,500. The next is the payment to seniors book. We will make a standard price, which is the reused second-hand book. Will price like 60 ringgit per books. It depends on the books, how is the condition. If the condition is low, we will like deduct it a bit. If it's okay, then we just proceed with 60 ringgit. So at there, it's like 1,200. And the next is to repair the books. For repairing, example like 20 books from the seniors, if there is something that we need to repair. So per book is like 110 ringgit. We will like do a hardcover and plastic belt in there, and it costs like 200 ringgit. So we like to 26,900 ringgit for the funding that we needed. And the income that we will get from this social business is the textbook that rented is, like I say, per semester, and per book will like cost like 20 ringgit. So the total for one semester, 240 books. I assume as 240 books because like first semester one student, they need like 5 to 4 books for the subject. So it will cost like 4,800 ringgit. And the second semester is 4,800 ringgit also. So per term, we'll get 9,600. So the time frame that we'll pay back the loan without interest, because I don't really know the interest for the bank, so we'll be paying it back by 3 years for this business. As conclusion, I would like to say, you just need to rent, read, and return back the book. You can save money, get educated, and you can also save the nature because you recycle back the books that you use, but not by buying the others. So that's all from me. We buy and we offer. Thank you. If there's any question, I'd like to ask the panels.
Okay, so how is this system any like better or different than what the already existing library system is?
Okay, like I said just now, for the libraries, it's like you can borrow the book. The books that, example, heat transfer books. At UMP, there is only like 5 books, but we have like hundreds of students needs to use that books. So what I'm going to say here that it's not relevant enough. For our system, we have like 20 books per semester, so it will reduce the consumption of money, and they don't need to rush to give back the books to the libraries. So it's so efficient than the library system. Okay, next question.
Okay, what is your startup source for your investment?
Okay, for the startup, first of all, I would like to ask from the FKP first if they can give some donation to us. And the next is, I will try to search for some NGOs or governments to give some loans. Or lastly, we will make a bank loan for this. Okay, thank you. Next.
Any penalty charges if the students doesn't return the book on time, and if yes, approximately how much?
Okay, about the penalty, yes, of course, we will make the penalty. If not, the student will just like use the book without considering the consequences. And so, like we'll charge like 10 ringgit per book if there's a tear up or something. And for the scrabbles of anything, we'll ask them to rub it back or give some 5 ringgit penalties like that. Okay, thank you. Next.
Do you consider to expand your service instead of just FKP for FKP students? Do you consider for other faculties as well as other universities?
Okay, thank you. That's a good question. Actually, I would like to start this idea to others faculty too, because this could like light up the burden of the students. Because myself, I really need to struggle a lot because my mom and dad is not working. I'm working myself to support myself. So I need to buy the books if I want it or not. And I will like borrow to the library and someone will request the book and I need to return it back. So I don't have any source of revision books. So yes, I will propose it to other faculty. Thank you so much for the idea. Okay, thank you so much.